Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode of Today in Reptile News. As you can see with my very professional logo. As I'm just talking right now, I don't think I've talked all morning and I sound kind of stuffed up, so I hope I'm not getting sick. Anyways, let's move on to the news. So today, not much has happened yet because it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, but I wanted to kind of recap what's happened this past year so far. It's only March, but you know, it's never too late to go through that kind of stuff. Never too early either. So let's begin. Let's begin with the Turtle Survival Alliance. Now, the Turtle Survival Alliance, I am unable this morning to access their page, their web page. So I'm gonna have to just kind of read the description off of Facebook. The Turtle Survival Alliance is the only conservation NGO, non-government organization, I believe is what that means, committed solely to turtle conservation, operates under a singular overreaching commitment: zero turtle extinctions in the 21st century. Since forming, the Turtle Survival Alliance has become recognized as a global force for turtle conservation, capable of taking swift and decisive action on behalf of critically endangered chelonians. Although the TSA was organized in response to the Asian turtle crisis, the group is well positioned to respond to other endangered turtle species, particularly where a managed breeding component is included in their overall survival strategy. Turtle Survival Alliance does amazing things. They're practically miracle workers in the 21st century for turtles, tortoises, and terrapins worldwide. If you ask anyone who loves reptiles or just loves, wildlife and the commitment to save species, they're going to automatically say, Turtle Survival Alliance is where it's at. They're a real good company. I shouldn't call them a company because I believe that they're a non-for-profit organization, but they are an amazing group of individuals all over the world, and they are, like I said, they're miracle workers. There's no other way to describe them. Now, back in January, they confirmed the very unfortunate death of the Yangtze giant soft-shell turtle. And this is massive news in the turtle world, actually in the world as a whole, because that means there's only 3 of them left. This was back in January, and there's only 3 animals of this species that are alive that we know of left in the entire world, and that's very that's awful. I mean, that's horrid, and I don't need to tell you guys how bad that is. You guys can figure out how bad that is yourself. An entire species is pretty much gone. There are 3, like I said, left. One is in a zoo in China. Actually, a pair are in a zoo in China, and one is in a productive lake in Vietnam. This animal was believed to be a male, and back in only a couple of years ago, there was a viral video that surfaced of him actually coming up on a beach, checking out all the tourists, and then getting back in the water. I mean, that thing was just so weirdly beautiful. Do you know what I mean? Just a gorgeous animal. I love the look of that animal, and my heart breaks. Even now, I mean, when I heard about it at first, I just kind of sat down and thought, shoot, man, we're pretty much screwed now with that species. And I mean, that's it just kind of shows you what kind of a time we're living in. Now on to USARK and United States news. That was kind of a global news thing, but now we're on to United States news. There's been a new salamander injurious listing as of January the 28th, 2016. And let me read you what the FWS says about that. Effective January 28th, 2016, both importation into the United States and interstate transportation between states, the District of Columbia, the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, or any territory or possession of the United States of any live or dead specimen, including parts of these 20 genera of salamanders, are prohibited, except by permit for zoological, educational, medical, or scientific purpose in accordance with permit conditions, or by federal agreements without a permit solely for their own use. I'll give you a couple of the species. The Taiwan crocodile newt, the Spanish newt, the alpine salamander, and the fire salamander. Now, the fire salamander really does make me mad because I love fire salamanders. Those are one of the first animals that really got me into reptiles and basically lizards and amphibians as a whole, is that the fire salamander had a major impact on me when I was younger. They just reminded me so much of a crocodile, and I have no idea why. It was more of an alligator kind of thing, and I just loved them. They blew my mind constantly. I was like, wow, you know, they can get poison out of their backs and stuff like that, and it was, you know, something cool. And even today, man, like if someone offered me a couple of fire salamanders, I'd totally take them. So that last one especially really ticks me off. Now that's only a couple of them, because I think there's like 200 different species on this list, and I'm going to link the FWS Injurious Wildlife PDF files, list of salamander species PDF, in the description below. And sorry for kind of bringing you guys down. Start of the YouTube series, and I totally brought you guys down. So we're actually going to go back to the TSA for some positive news, and no, not the people who pat you down in airports, kind of against your will most of the times. We're actually going to go back to the Turtle Survival Alliance for some real good news and awesome news, actually out of Belize. 27 or so participants traveled from Guatemala, Brazil, the USA, and within Belize to attend a 2-day workshop, I know, right, regarding a super endangered species of turtle known as the Central American river turtle. Now, the Central American river turtle is actually endemic to Belize, Guatemala, Mexico, and just those places, I guess. I don't know much about that species, but this is amazing. This is amazing work. Now, this was a cooperative effort done by the Belize Foundation for Research and Environmental Education, or the BFREE, in collaboration with the Turtle Survival Alliance, the TSA, and the Belize Fisheries Department, and my hometown's zoo. The Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens actually helped out with this, and that's awesome. I love the Jacksonville Zoo. Every time I've gone there, it's been amazing. Shout out to them. I love the Jacksonville Zoo. Now, the main focus of this gathering, of course, was basically just public education, what they can do to help, what they should or shouldn't do. But also, this was discussing legislation, law enforcement, some captive management, and actually some research into the species and how that species moves and you know, population size and all the rest of that. Now, the links are in the description for that as well. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching the very first episode of Today in Reptile News. And I'm excited for this series. I'm going to do an even better job next time. Hopefully, I'll actually get a sticker one of these days, and maybe change my background or something. Because this was kind of bland, but this was basically just kind of CNN style, just lay down the law. And I'm going to try to keep my biases out of it. It's going to be pretty hard because I'm a very opinionated human being, as most people are, and it's almost impossible to keep biases out of anything. But I'm going to try. I really am going to try. And I really want to go far with this Today in Reptile News, because not too many people actually follow a lot of these things on, well, speaking of which, the Turtle Survival Alliance always gets overshadowed on my Facebook feed, always, by totally different things, like, I don't know, just complete, you know, crap, kind of meme pages. And I think that's probably just because the number of followers they have. So I'm actually going to link them down in the description as well, the Facebook page. And I want you guys to follow them. I want you guys to like them. They're actually doing a giveaway right now, which ends, I think, on March the 6th or something, for a couple of t-shirts. And USARK does a lot of those kind of things as well, and I want you to follow them. So I'm going to put them down in the description as well. And I'll put my Facebook page down in the description as well, because I'm always sharing and favoriting things and liking things onto that page. So without further rambling, that was today's show. Drop down in the comments, let me know what you thought of today's show, and give me some constructive criticism. Tell me what I could do differently. Tell me, you know, where I could go, what I could also include in on this. My reporting style could probably use a little bit of a pick-me-up, but I'm new at this. Give me a break. Give me a break. I'm brand new at this. So I want to thank you guys again so much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on Today in Reptile News. I need to get an announcer.